Hope everybody's had a good weekend so far. I know we have. The weather's kind of let up this morning. It's been kind of weird. It's been acting like it wants to rain. We even had a few drops last night. It's been really windy. Friday, we actually had a dust storm moving, and it was pretty intense. Got a lot of broken limbs and trees in the neighborhood. Thankfully, my shading, my posts, and the plants themselves held up really well. So thankful for that, because it was pretty bad. I was actually planning on doing some recording the last few days, but every time it came out, the wind was just something else. Unfortunately, this particular camera is not weatherproof. I use a Canon M50, and so I decided to just hold off and wait until it eased up. It's still we still have something trying to move in again this morning, but it hasn't reached us yet. The wind is pretty much non-existent right now, so decided to come out here, pick off most of the remaining cherry tomatoes, picked off quite a few of the red hot chili peppers. I was going to actually pull the tomato plants this weekend, but there's actually still a few more green tomatoes on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of let it keep going. Now there's only literally a handful, but you can tell that a couple of these, like there's a couple here that are actually like new growth. Now, I don't expect this tomato plant to all of a sudden start producing tomatoes and all this kind of stuff. It happens to have a couple that are still hanging on. So I'm just going to let them go ahead and continue and get what I can off of it before I do pull them. I've also started trying to figure out how I'm going to lay out my garden for this fall. Of course, I'm going to do more tomatoes. I'm actually thinking of making this entire row, or one of the entire rows here, tomato plants. So, and again, it'll be a combination of cherry tomatoes. I'll probably have maybe 2 different cherry tomatoes, and then the rest of them probably slicers. But I don't know exactly what bags I'm going to use just yet. So for those of you who don't know, I use grow bags for all of my plants back here. Links in the description below to the Amazon listing for these. You can probably find them cheaper, or cheaper brands and things of that nature. And by all means, this day and age, save every dollar you can. I continue to use these. Now, mind you, these are the only ones I've ever used, but they've been great. I've gotten my money's worth out of them. And so until something says otherwise, I'll continue to use them. So I have a 100-gallon bag that I'm using for the tomatoes right now. I think I'm actually going to use that for something else and move to 30-gallon bags and basically do like 1 tomato plant per bag. Just because of what I think part of the problem I had with this 100-gallon bag, I've got 5 plants in that thing, and probably shouldn't have had more than 2 or 3. I think I had them too close together, and that's why like the yellow cherry tomato plant just kind of took over, and I didn't get anything off the other cherry tomato plant, and I think I had just too many tomato plants in there. So I'm thinking 1 per 30-gallon bag, just to kind of keep them spaced out and give them enough space to grow efficiently. So we'll see how that one works. I'm also going to do more pepper plants. I may end up using the 100-gallon bag maybe for pepper plants. I'm not sure yet. Speaking of which, now I just pruned my first flower off my serrano plants and also my jalapeno plants, which are starting to look really good. So I want to show you the serranos first. One thing with these, I think I have too many in this bag, but at this point I'm just going to go ahead and let it go and see what it does. So far they've really thrived where I've got them here in the garden. They get a decent amount of sunshine, but they are protected from when it's super hot out, and they all look really good. So again, I'm really happy with these plants. And then of course my jalapenos, they've taken a lot longer to grow, but like I said, I got my first flower I pruned off of them. Now I got to look at pruning the rest of the plant. I think it's that time to where I need to take a look at it and see what I need to do with it. But here's my jalapeno. I've only got 2 of them in this bag. So here's the jalapenos. And same thing, they're looking good. They looked, ever since I moved them there, they started looking better. And it could be, again, because of, the amount of sunshine it gets, the protection it gets from the heat, especially in the mid to late day. Heck, right now it could be, the fact that it's been a little on the humid side. Nothing like it is, like, for example, Arkansas. But, we were running somewhere around between 22 and 25% yesterday, which for Arizona, specifically down here in the valley, that's a considerable amount of humidity. So anyway, I just wanted to do a quick little update this morning. I do have some other things I need to get taken care of. I don't know that I'll get it done today. Both the back trellis here and the front trellis there, I need to put in the rebar to help give it some additional support. With all the wind that we've had going on, they've been getting rocked pretty hard, so I want to give them some additional support. The watermelon plants up front here haven't gotten really any bigger, and they're not necessarily producing big fruit. I've seen a couple of little nubs here and there, but it is still flowering and trying to produce fruit. So if they do start producing here soon, now mind you, this is way late for these. These things, I should be harvesting watermelons, not trying to grow watermelons right now, which was the case with a lot of my stuff back here. I mentioned that in my previous video. I got started way late on a lot of this stuff, so but lessons learned. So I'm still going to continue to let these go for as long as they're willing to stay alive, but in the meantime, yeah, I do need to reinforce them, put in some more rebar here, and then get that going. So as far as starting my next set of plants, I'm looking to start tomatoes and peppers first. Most of the material I've been looking at lately, those are the 2 that probably have the earliest start as far as what I've been looking at. So I'll start those in trays, and I'll get those started probably mid to late July. So here in just the next couple weeks, I'll have starter trays going. I'm hoping to be able to pick up some like a metal rack, basically like a big metal shelving that I can utilize. I have a folding table, an old school wooden folding table that I use inside for my starting trays right now. And I'd like to actually get like a shelf and to be able to install some more lighting. Now, I don't know how well that's going to work out, if I'm going to be able to pick up anything like that. If not, I will use what I've got on hand. So we'll see how that works out and go from there. I'll keep you all updated on that. Again, I just wanted to give you a quick little update on what's going on back here. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe. And those of you who have, thank you. And I'll see you on the next one.